So, Namdi, why you hear that kind of funny? It's kind of funny thing. No religious clothing, no religious, no women religious clothing in my constitution. Nothing of religion, no Islam, no nothing of ornaments of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, any Sikhism, anything of that is banned for life. No Christian crosses, no nothing like that in my constitution. You get a ban for that from life. I'm really annoyed now. No hijab, no nothing like that. If that is just will be chucked down the bin forever and will burnt alive, will burnt you. You've been burnt a steak. There's no steak. You just be burnt. If it looks like it look like a bit like a thing like that to start with. Namdi, you are. Oh, oh, my battery's running low. Okay. Oh, my battery's running low. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Oh, my battery's running low. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Okay, basically, it's gonna be running okay now. But okay, time to bring it to you guys. Okay, let me put it here. Oh, so I'm not really gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna inside of a computer, but it is annoying to me because I see this thing. It's annoying because I don't. I hear it. I hear it. It's not hot swappable. It's like literally my Asus GPU. I start to get it on to use. It's like it's so big and blown up. We have to power this on to use it. Like a GPU can't power itself. It's kind of annoying because it consumes so much power. Basically it's a power problem for me. It's Asus. It can't power itself. It's like a GPU, a graphics processing unit. It can't power. Look, this is kind of annoying. It's not that I hate it. I hate it because it doesn't sustain itself. I hate it because it uses double energy. Everything it does. Look, ASUS. This is like a kind of energy is banned. It doesn't do anything. All the power must sustain itself. Okay, because basically you don't have so everything in my country has to have a CMOS system because this must power itself. It must be just turn on. Like literally, you push the button, it comes on. I don't care. When you get a computer new, you don't charge it. It comes on. You get a computer new, you just check on it. There's no charge, need to charge it. It comes on. That's the first part of the question. If it doesn't sustain itself, you get a new computer. Old one, it doesn't matter. You don't need to fix the barrel because the computer was working at the time. It doesn't matter. So I don't care in this Asus. It's a GPU. Look. This is the bronze connector. It's kind of annoying actually because how would you power itself? Look, basically, my approach is basically a seismic energy system. Basically just means seismic because it's actually based on real world entropy. So any noise they can transmit to it isn't can't decode the system. Anything that's noisy to it becomes energy because noise is energy equivalent of an inverse. So basically, it doesn't matter if it's an electrolyte system underwater. The medium is underwater, which is electrolytes or electricity going through water because electrolytes is different. So basically, anything wireless with wireless first system, it has to be a wireless medium. For example, it has to be actually double. It doesn't matter the noise in the atmosphere. Like in the worst case scenarios, we have the energy metric. So you have to have like a medium. So if in the air, it's probably in the air. The energy, if it's wireless charger, it has to be literally allow that wireless electricity probably in water because it's still electricity, but in water because that's sustainable in water. So you work in the air, because you're in water, and if you're in water, it doesn't matter where you are because electricity. How does electricity work? Electricity. So electricity can flow in wireless as electromagnetic spectrum, but electromagnetic spectrum is fine to so it's stabilized via bioinformatics. So now what you do is how you do so we can get electrolysis, which is electricity in water, so you can charge stuff in water. But how does this work? So take two ends of wire. Take two wires, you cut it. Take one wire, you cut it in two, and then next two wires you cut it in four. So you get in two more. So you get two set of wires. So you're gonna have two ends sending waves back at each other. So one's probably basically equates to seismic wave, but the seismic wave gonna flip back and forth the electricity, and you are charging the system. Basically, that's what electricity is. Basically, you have a coil. You have some kind of coil that goes through one set of wires, but they propagate as waves through the medium. So you get two coils. You can easily say, but you have to go through the medium of water without physically being in the water. As a test case, they have to be outside the water. But they have to propagate through the water as a medium because the water compress and they'll send the same wave from as seismic activity. So it will come out as seismic activity, but that'll be energy that's seismic, but you have to sustain it. So everything must be seismic waves because it's basically the medium of water. But I'm annoyed because these things are what we call GPUs. So you must be able to power this thing of it's very old biologically, So I'm trying to. Because mom was gonna be underwater electricity unit, but it's gonna be there, but wireless, so you don't actually have a cable to cut. That's kind of the thing I'm trying to do as a policy. So basically, anything is any other energy systems are electricity bank, so you can have water power the system. But you don't. Because it doesn't matter what the wave width or the turbine is. You get natural seismic reflectors that can go into that system to chart the current, to do something. But they work on waves, so it can be seismic wave activity because they mean something. The second thing I really want to say is because they can signal danger. Oh, danger. Is this working for me? Oh no. Danger. So basically, doesn't matter whether you're underwater, you are measuring seismic activity, which like earthquakes and things like that. You are actually taking it for energy. So this can be always powered on because it's sustainable for the environment, no matter the medium of you operate on. Keep quiet, John. So, so this kind of thing is like the fan spins. I don't want anything should be no noisy, because it's seismic. It should be noisy, The environment should be noisy. No spinning of fans. It should be all SSDs. So let's say drive as a policy because this spin is annoying. The government, you spin. You can quiet yourself in the fan. Look, I don't care no more. This fan no should have a fan in my system. You can have only social all these dots, all this like motherboards. It's kind of annoying. So basically, we have a two coils spin oppositely. You create electric current, but the same in water. So you have to have it. So you can have electric coil spin one way, electromagnetic coil. But the same thing happens in water, but you have seismic activity. You have to convert it into electromagnetic waves form to use it. But basically, when you put an electrical coil, you send one direction. You have to have a wave equivalent of it, but it's not Fourier. It's just be bound by Fourier series and mild information. Because Fourier series are the standard wave encoding for like analog system. So you have all the energy as a poly energy. So this is sustainable because you don't have to interact with it directly. This is kind of annoying because whenever I use this, it just doesn't want to. It's not around me, being around me. It's just built because it's kind of built on money. And so good thing, all these symbols are really have to mean something. I hate all these symbols. Literally, I hate these symbols. These symbols are like annoying. So you get R I C V C. It doesn't mean anything because it's like a GPU. I don't care what is a GPU. I care whether it's a graphic. It does my graphics. If it's one letter, if it's one symbol, I'm happy with it. But my symbol, but I'm not happy with it because all these companies, there's no money. Shut up! Shut up! No! Don't talk to me, you thing. Thank you. I'm not talking to you. Look, my voice in my head is scattering. Basically, these symbols, they are annoying because they are there. But they don't really contribute in a way. They all contribute, yes, but it's not because they contribute. It's because they are noisy. It's noisy because it's annoying. It's not symbolic. It doesn't mean anything. To me, just by looking at it. But it's not the only reason I'm doing it. I'm anchoring myself to it because this is just some code. I don't know what this means. L form Y V Y Z 0. This is a serial code made in China. Look, see good Chinese. Chinese is fine, perfect, but it has to be all in Chinese. I can't understand this. I'm not from China. It doesn't have some kind of meaning to it. I can look at the board, the pins. I don't need to touch the pins even. The pins are hard. They feel like disgusting. It doesn't feel like a symbol as danger. It doesn't feel like a system to me. It feels like a machine. It has to mean something. Especially when I'm going to case it on daughter. So it has to be basically you have a coil spin north. So if you have a coil spinning west. You have a coil spinning south. These two wires, these two sort of wires spin opposite to each other. So the wave propagates to and from, sending energy to because whenever it's a seismic activity, because it's underwater, when you have like an underwater turbine system, because if you have an underwater windmill, you're doubling the energy because you're powering the system because there's a lot of seismic activity that happen underwater. That's the goal there. It's all underwater activity you need. You never need to touch the surface, but you can measure, you can check the energy, and so you can put something on the balance sheet or something. It doesn't matter where it is. So I'm thinking underwater windmill, underwater solar farms, and all of things, because they're sustainable for Biafrans and so this kind of design is banned. because it's not structure, it's not geometrically structured. So I don't like how you model these pins. I don't like these pins because the GPI pins are hard to reach. It's not that they're hard to reach. They're kind of a squarey. So it has to be a circle. What circles? Because there are a lot of circles. But they have to be designed intricately because we're using like what genetics, like we model like my gene structures. So adding timers is requiring genetic code, but because they're heterogeneous, homogeneous, but they're meant to look like energy symbols. They're meant to say energy, BFN energy, like the things that are not on the ground, because they are meant to be sustainable. Because they're meant to reflect the intelligence of the energy system of the geometry. Things that are meant to power on. It has to be at least because it's kind of thing. I'm feeling style it's kind of rigid. I don't like the rigid. Someone doing feel rigid in my way. Because it's just a case open. If I touch this, if I'm touching this rigid, that means it's gonna poke my hand. I don't like it. I hate it. So it's gonna be somebody's gonna cut me. It feels kind of annoying. So that's not a policy. Now it has to be some kind of it has to be curved and circle because everything's with circular pie. We're speaking the pie philosophy. Of design because there's an edge and everything. No sharp round, but everything has a sharp has to be smooth. Now smoothed out and curved. So it cannot poke my skin. As a polish that. So the idea is all these metal knobs are not there, but because they are electromagnetic. So you sustain the stuff because you spin it. You have two coils. Once is okay. You have two set of coils. One's a transmitter, one's a receiver, and those two set of coils are based on. So when you double it, when you send through the medium, one receives and one receives. They send the opposite back to the system. You get the energy. That's the idea here because electricity is like the same thing, like pyrolysis, but pyrolysis is like harder to do on the it's fossil fuel. You have pyrolysis on the earth, but you have to distill it out into the raw essence. So you have to do pyrolysis over and over again. So the idea is this: there is just it's equilibrium search. So you have some kind of system that is not this but all the companies are working together and they're working nonsense. They don't even do anything. So you have to have one company only, OBI like and basically you have like a architecture company, like the hardware and the silicon. So whenever I build a hardware, guys, if I'm building a hardware in my position, everyone must build a software too. I hate it too when it's decoupled, kind of decoupled. You build the main software, you build main hardware. It's 2025. I don't care no more. That's a policy now. It doesn't matter because you can be working for you for life. I don't really care. But that's a policy now. You can't separate this. This 12 volts, like 12 volts energy, make it less. If everyone's doing 12 volts, we can make it what 6 volts. 6 volts maximum as a policy now because that's kind of dangerous. I don't want to be touching 12 volts electricity. Everything that's less and less energy to interact with it because I don't want to be 5 volts, 2.5 volts, all this volts of energy, all this kind of hardware, all these kind of ugly structures, they glue stuff together and call it a motherboard. The motherboard's not even the interface, so a building must be store power all the time, because that's the motherboard. It must reflect the simile philosophy, like soul connections, some kind of drum stuff. So you can look at it and say, oh yes, I'm proud of this design and this layout. But this layout is not a layout; it's a structure of philosophy. So I know I designed my kind of genomic encoding based on the kind of structures of amino acids in my biological donations, my dark donations from where I'm from. There is a because this is not sustainable for energy consumption, and I will not let it be I will not let it be sustainable in any way, shape, or form because when I use it, so that's be sustainable for energy because it kind of annoying. Actually, no dust, no dust in it because this is a spin. Because if there's no noise, there's no dust, there's no distraction. It spins silently. So because I'm being around humans, that's why I'm aiming for this goal. It's not because I'm building around money. So because I'm not building around blindness. I'm building around because people I actually care about. So they can have energy or any time of the day. What else was I doing? This kind of casing. Wait. Yes. This kind of casing. This is a power reserve. See this power unit? See, so you power it here. You put the GPU in there. It powers GPU. It's annoying, guys. I do it to power the GPU, so it has to sustain itself. It doesn't matter. It's on or off. It must be swappable. Like literally, it's like buying a GPU. Basically, this is just backup powers now. This is just like a so in my project system is a backup power for the GPUs. It doesn't have to use, but this is how simple. We have to move everything out of the way and have two types of configuration you can use it. Two types of way you can use it. That has to go. Two or more ways. Two or four ways. Two ways minimum you can use kind of GPU. It's kind of annoying because it's like it must sustain because the GPU must sustain stuff. Anything that must power that must sustain stuff. Basically for the same time of use, like if it's 100%, you get the same power. You can turn it on. Start consuming power when you're using it, and obviously you have to be 100% extra because the battery knows it's actually everything's actual system. It knows what it's doing. So I'm trying to solve this power problem because I want to power my computer by noise. So when my computer charges by noise, but it has a noise start. Because basically it has a signal. Basically everything's noisy, or basically the environment and the entropy until it gets a signal like my eyesight, and track my face, and then it knows I'm doing something. And it turns on because it's like me standing on a treadmill, running on a treadmill, and the treadmill starts running. That's kind of thing I want for my thing because it's energy, but it's energy that's meant to be stored in wave like it's kind of supposedly like a laser. Look, this kind of PC unit is nothing. It's annoying because it's annoying because it's kind of expensive, but all power is free. So it's supposed to be free for everyone. Whether you land on water, that's the power. Also, if you can get power, that means the power is free. There's no way to get pay for power or protect the power because it's all public. You can't protect the power because the power is the air, and everyone shares the air, the medium of power, motion. So open central motion. So basically, central motion is like this kind of thing is too rigid. I'm holding it's kind of heavy. Look. It actually can't carry this. Look, it can't carry this. Look, it's annoying to me because that's one of the downsides of computers. Just you try to carry it. So basically, the kind of thing that you do with power, it has to be ensure that anyone can use the power. Like literally, this is a matter of a child or not. Like when I was 5 years old, using power, I need to use the power. It's kind of too much power to go. So we got the natural one. We got so we got wells. So wells can power system. These are the backup generation. These are the natural ones. So you get the other ones. You can use money to go and sparse trains, but that's not to restore power. That's the time you need to use money. And the amount you use for the system is the minimum of the power reserves. And that would be, for example, if I UK spend £5 for food, I only and my power goes down. I pay and I use only have to pay if I have to pay for £5 for food for whole meal and my power goes down in my neighborhood and there's only have £10. I want to pay at least 10% of that, and that will be 5p. So all have a share because it's good to put out 5p. £5. So with £5, 50p. So I want to pay 50p. We'll put 100 of 10 of us, 5 times 10, which will be 500, and we'll get the power back on. That's what we're gonna do. Because we pay 10%. And that's because if the power goes down, someone's responsible. And I don't care who's responsible. Someone will solve a problem. If we all have, if there's money involved, that's what I'm saying. This money is because you have to put to ensure that the power is working in the whole system. So if you go online, you can go solve the problem out. Two, if it comes from online service, I don't really care because the power is still up, and if it's due to that using that power to sustain that power because it's our power. Okay, that's the policy now. And power is meant to be there forever. It doesn't matter where I'm going with the power. It's my power. I'm gonna say to you guys, this kind of things are really annoying because I'm not building a GPU right now. I'm building my own computer. So I'm trying to make Rift Stage 3, 2, 1, which is like the Rift tomography testing. So you can use Rift and Rift 1 and 2 in C. But the problem I really want to formalize today, what was it, Rift 3? No. Let me think! So basically, you got Rift and Rift test. But I can't remember the problem. Was it the app? No. It wasn't the app. No. What's it called? It was Rift. Oh yes. Yes. Namdi, if you go to your github.com/obenesis R for Romeo, I for Indigo. Basically, you can see my dark qualia here. I for Indigo. I for Indigo. Because power is shared and public. No one can protect the power. Power is universal. So we can never protect power. Power is a calculated interface that the medium we can protect data, but not the power of the data. Because the power is there, and it doesn't matter what it is. We'll get it. We should be getting what access it, and that's the policy now. So basically, we get the Rift Rift. Oh, sorry. Good. And it should not be dust when I'm walking my power because my power is free of dust of the dirt of the world. You know, you have to be clean environment when you're having power. You know, because so we get the macros. So we got so basically today is it ring?